Greetings from Bali. I have a story to tell you. So here is how it goes. We were traveling and I was longing and yearning for some art supplies, and I did not bring any of my canvas or acrylic paints. The only thing that I had brought in were a few brushes, because I believe that a painter cannot call themselves a painter unless they have tools of their craft. So here I am with these lonely brushes and nothing to paint on and nothing to paint with. And I find myself going into a gallery in Senur and speaking with a beautiful woman there. Her name is Maya, and she immediately, once I told her that I was an artist and I was looking for supplies, and it had been, many weeks since I, have been here, that I finally was able to, connect with her, and she guided me in this direction of finding, tools of my craft. So she arranged for us to get a free ride, and we went to, we got picked up by these local boys. We rode on the backs of their mopeds to their studio, and there we met her husband, and there were many painters in the gallery that were painting all over the place, and they had raw canvas and supplies everywhere in the studio space. And I just knew that there was a reason why we were brought here, and that I had to take the time to reflect first before I could even get the supplies that I needed. And it just happened so effortlessly, with flow, how we just were whisked away to the studio by these strange people that we had just met, and they had taken us to get raw canvas. And so for me, getting the raw canvas was an infinite possibilities of things that I could do with this. And I was very spoken to, especially in Ubud, when I visited a Tibetan store, the Pure Land, and I saw these amazing hand-painted tapestries that were from Nepal. And one that really spoke out to me the most was a white Tara hand-painted tapestry of her. And it inspired me to create a tapestry of my own. And so when I went to the studio to get the raw canvas, I had them prepare, a long scroll of raw canvas for me to use and to make my own tapestry. And then I asked the man if he had any art supplies, any paints that I could use, and he said that he didn't have any extra at the studio, but then very graciously he offered to take us to an art supplies store somewhere hidden that only locals know where, and it's not like you can find it on the internet, or it's through word of mouth. So here we are then again getting whisked away to go get the art supplies. We're on this journey, we're driving with these guys, and it was quite a fun experience, just being in a crowd of mopeds, surfing through this concrete jungle of Bali, and then finally arriving at what we would consider a hole in the wall, and you go through a small door into a back room, and there is this abundance of all these different paints, not just artist paints, but paints for housing and interior and exterior, and we would have never found a place like this unless these boys had guided us there. It just felt like so, like the divine moment of like us getting the supplies was so sacred, because at that point in my mind I had kind of been meditating as to what I wanted to create, but I didn't know what I wanted to portray yet. And so at that moment when I was like ready to paint something and I was like willing to, you know, go and, you know, I mean, create this masterpiece, that's when the supplies came to me here. So today I have been creating that masterpiece, very much inspired by the beautiful world of Bali that I've been experiencing here, and also the inner world, the spiritual world that I've been experiencing within myself. So I'm here at my beautiful private villa here outside of Ubud, and I've been painting just the beginning stages of something that I'm really excited and proud of, and quite mesmerizing to really, you know what I mean, see and meditate on such intention with this painting. So I'm excited for everyone to see the stages and the process of this one come to fruition. But it started here. It started here in Bali, in this place that I have grown to love. And I send you many blessings and love from our home here in Bali.